This is Shanita. I appreciate you clicking on. You guys, I am knocking out videos this day. This is the same hair, same shirt as my previous video. But I thought about something that I wanted to talk to you about, and I wanted to just go ahead and record this before I forget it again. I want to explain to you or tell you why I choose to use sweet almond oil as the main ingredient in my pre-poos. Pre-poos are so important. I've done a couple of videos about those, and you can look back earlier on in the channel earlier this year and it will tell you why it's so important to pre-poo. You have a little time on your hands now, right? So during your wash days, I highly suggest you pre-poo. I promise you, you will be able to tell the difference in your hair. So I want to tell you why I use sweet almond oil as the main ingredient in my pre-poo. And if you are interested in hearing about that, then stay tuned. Okay, so I am here to explain the sweet almond oil concept. I heard about pre-pooing when I first went natural some, 7 years ago now. I did it with coconut oil initially, and then I stopped for a long period of time. I was aggravated. I really couldn't see a whole lot of difference in my hair other than the fact that it did make my hair a little slippery enough to be able to detangle and get some shed hairs out. I felt like it was just an extra step. I just didn't want to do it. Like wash day in and of itself was a pain in the butt. I didn't want to have to add another step to that. And I have completely changed my mind about that. And I hope that I will get you to do it too. Now that our wash days, we can put in a little bit more time because hopefully you are at home just being with your family. I have started back buying retail pre-poos and those from other online companies and black-owned companies that we can only order from online. There have been some great ones. I have often tried also pre-pooing with oil. And so I have several retail pre-poos still in my stash now, and I keep some different oil blends in to be able to do it that way. At this point, I'm not going to tell you specifically to do it with oil or to do it with sweet almond oil. I just know it will be helpful if you do it. If I started for the first time now today, knowing with what I know, and I had to choose between doing a retail pre-poo and doing an oil, I would do an oil. One of my videos, I actually did a comparison of the two. And what I have found is that the retail pre-poos, they're usually slippery and they have that muciny feel to them. So they give a lot of slip. They help you to be able to detangle your hair easily. Some of them give you a lot of moisture, and I'm not knocking them, but a lot of them do contain comb, and it'll cost you, extra money to buy. Whereas I think we all probably got some sort of oil in our home, in our stash. And so even if no more than olive oil, that's a great one. So this video is all over the place, unplanned, so try to stay with me. I'm sorry that I'm bouncing all over. Coconut oil, when I was using that, like I said, I found that it helped me to detangle my hair. But once I rinsed out the coconut oil and began to wash my hair and conditioning, it just didn't feel good to me. And I think that's one of the other reasons I just stopped doing it. I just really couldn't see the benefit. And of course, I've since learned that coconut oil, it does not contain protein. I know that that has been a rumor and some things I've heard. Coconut oil does not contain protein. What coconut oil does is keep you from losing the protein that is already in your hair. So it's not going to add any, it just protects it as a shield to keep the protein that's in your hair from leaving. And protein is important because our hair is made mostly of protein. When I started using the retail pre-poos, I was so amazed at the slip. Like, I was so amazed at how I could run my fingers through my hair and pull out shed hair, and immediately it was moisturizing, and it just was so much easier to work with. And then when I started to use sweet almond oil, and I don't even know why I started using the sweet almond oil. I use the sweet almond oil, and this kind of happened by happenstance. I had an oil that I used that was a body oil, and on the label it called it a vitamin E oil, and the sweet almond oil was the first ingredient, and then it had, you know, 2 or 3 other oils in it. Just for trying, I mean, just for the sake of doing it, I pre-pooed with that oil, and I was like, something is different about my hair here. Like, I felt it after I finished, got out the pre-poo, washed and conditioned my hair just through the rinse out conditioning phase. My hair was so moisturized. It was so soft. It was so much easier to deal with. So I thought this was the shampoo and the conditioner. So I did the same thing another time with a different shampoo and conditioner. Same exact results. And then I started to kind of research sweet almond oil because I knew there was something in this combination of oils that my hair loved. And then I start to learn about sweet almond oil, and I start to read about the same exact ingredients, same exact features that I was experiencing. They said it was moisturizing, and it's full of vitamin E, and it is softening, and it just gives your hair this, you don't get the slip that you get with coconut oil, but it makes it so much softer that the hair just kind of loosens up at the roots and down in the hair strands, and it just slides out of your hair. You won't be able to tell the difference putting it on. It will seem like any old regular oil. What's the big deal? It's only over time after your wash session that you will be able to tell the softness in your hair. Now when I use another oil, and I still dabble in other oils, just trying to try different things. I'll try a combination of things. I will try some oils by itself, and I have played in a lot of them. I always come back to that sweet almond oil. There is just nothing like it. Your hair is left in a state where it's so much easier to manage. You do get some slip. It's not a whole lot, but it's enough that the shedded hairs just come out of your hair, and once you finish washing, once you finish conditioning, your hair is left in this state that feels moisturized, and so you don't get the breakage on the ends that we would typically get. And if you don't get a whole lot of breakage, you're going to experience some every day, all the time. But if you don't experience a whole lot of breaking, then you can retain the length of the hair that's on your head, and you'll see that your hair is getting longer and longer. The sweet almond oil gives you the results that you want in your hair throughout the wash day and to stay the whole week. That extra step in pre-pooing is just allowing you one more layer of moisture. Even if you're low porosity, if you're high porosity, nonetheless, you're starting out the base, the foundation of your wash day moisturized already. Just doing that, like, it just pampers your hair right at the beginning of the wash day. It makes your hair supple. It protects it. It just puts it in a state where, I don't know what else to say, you guys. It's easier to manage. So once you start shampooing, you don't have dry hair when you're shampooing. You know, sometimes you can just go straight into shampooing your hair and it will feel dry. It will feel hay-like and hard. And so the sweet almond oil gives you that moisturizing, protective layer on your hair that afterwards, shampooing, conditioning, like, your hair is still going to get clean through the shampoo stage. The conditioning, rinse out conditioner is going to leave a soft conditioning agent on top of your hair so that it is soft and able to be detangled. But adding that extra step just gives your hair more manageability. And I'm going to challenge you, pre-poo one side of your head. Just pre-poo one side with oil. Again, I love sweet almond oil. Use olive oil, use jojoba oil, use whatever you've got. Put that oil on one side and then as a pre-poo, and let it sit for a while. And then you can go into, washing, and then do your whole entire head, of course, washing and conditioning. When you're done, feel the difference in the sides of the hair on both sides, you will be able to tell the difference. If you're not able to tell the difference, then I'm going to tell you, try sweet almond oil. Try the sweet almond oil instead of the olive oil or whatever oil you use. And if you have sweet almond oil right now, then I'm just going to tell you to go straight to that. I'm trying to give you a way to tell the difference without having to buy sweet almond oil. But if you already have it, start with the sweet almond oil. Wash your hair, condition it, and just feel the difference and see, can't you tell that the hair that has the oil on it just feels like it can handle more. You know, if you rub it, if you brush it, if you go through the detangling process or handling it in any way, it's soft enough and pliable and supple enough that it can handle a little bit of friction, and it can handle whatever you're going to do to it. Whereas this side may still be tangled, it may still feel dry, it may feel hard, and so anything else that you now do to it is just going to be too much for it. It is just going to become weaker over time, and it's going to give you friction right on that day, and you're just, I mean, it's just going to lead to some weakened, damaged, brittle hair that eventually you'll have to clip off. And if you keep having to trim and trim and trim because of the split ends, then you're not going to be able to see any length retention. So I've said what I've had to say 1,400 times now, all the same way. Try pre-pooing your hair with sweet almond oil, and I want you to please come back here and tell me the difference. And if I'm lying, then you can just tell me I'm lying. I don't have a problem with that. I can handle it. I want you to try it first though. Try it honestly. Put it on, let it sit for an hour or two, or if you don't have time, sometimes I will put it on and just sit up under the dryer for 15 minutes or so, and just let the heat the oil so that, again, it can just melt on my hair strands and give my hair the moisture and protection that it needs before I go into the rest of the wash cycle. Okay, that's it. That's all I've got to say. I wanted to share that with you guys. Subscribe down below for more information, for more tips, for more little tricks that I have learned. I want you to be able to thrive and get your hair in the state that you want it in without going through all of the trials and errors and bumps and setbacks that I have. I am sharing those sometimes all through the course of the video, and it may not necessarily be labeled as, you know, a video that's going to have tips in it, but I try in every single video to think of what I got right or got wrong and try to share that with you. So you're just going to have to subscribe and listen to the video. That's all I know. All right, you guys, thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you're having a great day and taking care of yourself. Enjoy your family, enjoy the loved ones that you have in your home, and check on those that are not in your home. We are going through so much in this company, in this country right now, and it is absolutely scary. Things are changing so fast, and people are losing family members so fast, and so many people are gone, and none of us are exempt from those hard times. It could very well be us. So cherish the people in your life, take care of yourselves, take care of the ones you love, and I'll be glad when we're on the other side of this. I really will. I am praying for you all, and I wish the best for you. Until next time, bye-bye.